Alrighty, here we go. Hey there, everybody. It's the Nasty One here again. And for the last time, welcome to the Sawteeth franchise rebuild here in Super Mecha Baseball 4. Year number 5 finale today here, the off-season, where we build the team for what would be a possible 6th season, which we will not be playing. This will just be a what-if episode. What would the team look like going into year 6? And would you think we would be able to repeat again for our 6th straight title? Last episode, we swept the Heaters and beat them for the 2nd time in the finals here in the series, winning by final scores of 5-3 and 6-5 to win our 5th straight title in 5 playoff appearances. With that said, a 5-peat is basically the pinnacle that this team could have done. We could not be any more perfect here. This team has been rebuilt. It is time to move on to a different team. But before that, let's do the offseason to see what the team would look like for year 6. Moving into the offseason portion of this, who would we be re-signing and who would we be letting go, obviously? There are a few players I would like to move on from, and there are others I would think to re-sign, obviously, automatically, without options. So let's go ahead and we'll start here with, obviously, the OG members of the roster, because they are the ones that have been with us since the very beginning of the series, so it's only fair that we do them first. JYJ, he wants a little bit of a pay raise. I will ask him, give him that asking price. This young man has developed into such a great player through the 5 years we've done this rebuild. Like, I could not ask for more. Moving on to the next original member of the roster, John Renero. Unfortunately, this would be the year that we would leave John Renero from the team. He is only worth 8.4. He was asking 11.1. We dumped his loyalty into the crapper. If we could re-sign him for cheap, I would go get him. But unfortunately, John aging upwards, regressing, losing some good contact, good speed, and good fielding from his game. Writing was on the wall. It was time to move on from him. But he did at least get to stick with us through all 5 years and win 5 titles. He's probably not too unhappy with that, so unfortunately John would be let go here. Hanzo Majigo, he's a great backup guy as always. I'm going to offer the current salary role here because I don't want to pay him $6 million. He's only worth 5, and he is going to re-sign it, so he does stay. Hanzo's been a great backup. He's been a great utility player, and he's won 5 championships while having to come in a few times. Slash Trips, obviously the star of this team. He's actually worth 17.2. He wants to stay at 16.5. He gets to re-sign for that. He was going to stick around. He's a 4-time MVP here in the series. Like, the dude's been with us since day one. He deserves it. And that's it for original members of the roster. Moving on to guys who've also been here since year 1. That would be Cecil Sawyer, our ace pitcher for most of the season. He wants 12.1. He's actually worth 11.3. So he's 81% chance to take this. He did regress a tiny bit during the season, but he would still be good enough to pitch. I would go ahead and offer current salary here and risk the role, and if not, we'll just re-sign him in the offseason, obviously. He does choose to stay, though, because he knows he's won 5 rings. He's not going to go anywhere and find some team as dominant as that. Alright, and that's it for team guys that have been here since year 1 as well. Now it's just a bunch of guys we've signed throughout the course of the series. Obviously, Jacob Friendly is a good one. He's been here since year 3, or year 4. He's won 2 rings with us. He's young. And he's good. His loyalty's a little on the low end, but I'd be open to re-signing him. I'm re-signing at asking, though. If this doesn't roll, again, we'll try to re-sign him. But he does take the offer. Good job, Jacob. Moving on down the list, Aubrey Newton obviously is not going to sign this. It's 35% roll. We're going to just let her go. We'll try and re-sign her in the offseason. She's a young arm. She's a good 4 pitcher. She should be left on the team. Danny Deals is actually worth 15.3. We're overpaying him, so I'm going to let him go as well. Maybe try to re-sign him in the offseason, but more than likely we won't have the money for that. Vale Hart, he earned his money in the regular postseason. He is great. I'm going to offer current salary here. Let's see if he takes this. He does. Good job, Vale. All right. Alonzo Bangan, lost a lot of faith in him in the postseason as he did blow a big game, a crucial game as well. I'd probably look to get younger at this position, so he's probably going to be gone. Everett Waters, he was time to go from him. He just had a crappy year even in the postseason. He did rebound a little bit at the end of it, but not worth $5 million. Tiger Ortega got roughed up most of the year as well. He is still young, though, and he's not making much over his asking salary. I would keep him. He deserves a second chance to prove himself. And Spool Vang, this man pitched well above his ratings. This man should not go anywhere, and he will not. He will stay. Moving to offense, Mashed Taters worth 9.8. He's asking 10.1. Staying where he is, that's a pretty decent discount for him, so we'll stay with him. Annabella Stokes, she had a much better year than she did last go-around. She's only worth 9.7. I would offer current salary here. If she walks away from this, she walks away. It's no hurt. She'll stay. Perfect. I'm not worried. Big Rig, he had a fantastic rookie campaign. He got injured at the end of the regular season, but bounced back in the playoffs to lead us in RBIs with 14. Dude deserves to stay on the roster, so we're going to re-sign him. Nomar Studs was just signed for the postseason. He's a cut candidate. Colson Dozenrolls probably want to cut and get a better backup catcher, so we're going to go ahead and cut him as well. Mackenzie Fry, worth 11.9. She wants 11.6. She's keen to re-sign this. I would just pay her the money she's asking for because she's a really good catcher, and we don't want her to go anywhere. Holly Nicholson's up next. She's worth 10.1, asking for 10.2, 91%. Gutierrez does not want to re-sign this, so we're going to have to, unfortunately, cut her and re-sign her. Valenzuela, worth 6.3. That's perfect. He can stay. And Nicholson's the only one left now. Try to keep her as cheap as possible here. I'm going to risk the roll here, see what happens. Please roll in our favor. It does. Okay, so all the ones we risked all stayed. Perfect. So at the end of the day, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 openings. 2 in the bullpen, 2 in the starting rotation, 1 bench outfielder slot, 1 starting shortstop, corner infielder, preferably a third baseman, and a backup catcher. Moving into the offseason, we'll see who the key free agents are. Alicia Woodrow again. Walker Runs has tested from the hot corners. Rally Overo, Elvis Stanley, Javita Pulo from the Heaters, and Kay Frequin from the Freebooters finally goes into free agency. That's just showing a whole bunch of guys we let go. Retirements, obviously Brent Branch from the Jacks. Atlanta Lantana finally hangs him up from the Wild Pigs. Remington Sharp from the Platypi finally retires. And Winnie Noel, the ace of the Freebooters, leaves as well. That is a shame. Freebooters, the only team in this series to not make the playoffs in any of the 5 years. All right, so let's focus on who we would be bringing back to sign here in the postseason, offseason. Obviously, we're looking for a backup catcher here to complement Mackenzie Fry. There is 25-year-old Madden McKenzie. He's not a good fielder. Decent hitter, decent speed. He's an decent backup, probably not what I'm looking for. There's Esther Anger, who's a power hitter. Can't field, but she has a great arm. So she's developable. Then there's 19-year-old rookie Severus Gangnam. I love that name. He's got good traits on him too. That's an awesome signing as well. Then there's 21-year-old Monty Savage. Colson Dozenrolls is the only decent fielder here. Savage I probably wouldn't sign. And the other one is Jinkies Doyle. Are you serious? Jinkies? Come on, guys. All right, we're good at first base. No need to look at that. Second base, we're good there as well. Could use a backup infielder, I think. Do I have a short second baseman? I have one, yes, Stokes. Okay, so I need a middle infielder is what I need. Moving down the list here. There we go. Moving down to second base, we're looking for bench middle infield options, preferably. Could use that. There is, obviously, Hendricks Gillespie. That's a solid middle infielder bench slot. Cher Alvarado's probably a little too low rated for my liking. Moving down the list to third base, obviously a bench corner infielder we do need. Maybe someone like Carter Dickerson, the 21-year-old, with disciplined. Not bad, not bad. Thaddeus Hoover, he'd be a good bench option. It's not the corner infielder I'm looking for, but still solid. Drill Plum, he'd be a solid bench corner infielder. Same with Aiden Rosas. He's 28, though. Probably not go after him. Rymus Turner is testing free agency here. So he leaves the Sandcats. Shame for them. Moving on down the list here to starting shortstop. We do need a starting shortstop now with the loss of John Renero. So there is young Veranda Island. Solid, good fielder, great arm, and decent hitter. I like that. Carlton Starr, probably a little too high rated. Trevor Rowland doesn't have the arm, so he's basically John, just, faster. More complete hitter. That's it, really. Wow, okay. Moving down the list here to bench outfield. Obviously, Valentina Gutierrez is an option for the bench. She's going to be worth, $7 million? That's going to be tough to swing. There's also Hamza Rollins. No, he can't field, although he does play the outfield positions. I do like that. Kalani Avalos. No, not feeling it. Not a good fielder. Callum Kickey's too old. Backup center fielder. We have Zara Porkman. Nadia Palmer. No. Odin Berea, but those traits are bad. Ricky Kwan's too old now to be a bench outfielder. There's also Justin Maynard. He'd be a good starter for right field. Alan Suela would be the backup then. Hugo Summers would be a good starting option as well. And bench outfielder could be Gianni Bologna. Ha 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 ha. That's nice. Okay. Moving to pitching. We need 2 starters and 2 relievers. So Shiloh Mirthright. Okay. Vip Johnson. Solid. Lyric Fletcher would be a good option for a 3. Sky Sexton would be a good number 2. Bowers and Tailwinder too old, too high rated for me to sign. Aubrey Newton is a maybe if all else fails. Preston McDiggins, ooh, that's a solid pitcher right there. Danny Deals is too high rated. So's Donko, Dick Lucas, Sanchez Silvio. Yolanda Cooper's a little older. Carouse is a little older as well. Hiro Misano, those developed nicely here in the series. He'd be a decent option as well, I think. Probably at the end of that, and then bullpen. I could use a long reliever. We do not have a long reliever in the bullpen. There is Muhammad Rando, who's finally testing from the Moose, I believe, or the Sandcats. I like him. What else we got? We got... That's it, actually. I wouldn't be able to sign Holder Closer McIntosh. They're both too high rated. Moving down to relievers, obviously there's Anahi Singleton, specialist. Okay. Lonzo Bangett, no. Spectacular. There is not a lot of relievers this year. My God, they're all old. I guess we'd have to go for like an older guy who's like really high rated and just hope he doesn't, crap the bed, or we just get a closer like Jay Woolmate. Obviously, this is probably the year of the closer signing here. Cesty De Leon. Yeah, that's basically what I would go after here, and then we would go ahead and sim up to the first few rounds. I'm not really interested in seeing who signs here. I'm only interested in like our guys that we release get signed or something like that, and they're not going to be signed here in the first couple rounds. We're just going to sim through this real quick. And we're through the first 5. There we go. Okay, moving on in the list here. Everyone's still a couple million over their rankings, so nothing to worry about there. Really, we can go through the first 10 rounds with these, and then that's when things really start to get interesting. There we go. Only one signing in that 5-round stretch, and it wasn't even one of our stars. It was Alicia Woodrow. All right, so now let's look at free agency and see what would have happened here. So now things are starting to they're within $1 million. Now we go by round now at this point, and we would just wait and just see how things would shake out. Let me just make sure no one's like at their signing projection here, and then we'll move on with that. Hey, Smash Biscuit, welcome in, buddy. Got to sign Baloney no matter the cost. So, he does have a really good name. I think he would be a fantastic signing. I am going to be, this is more like a what-if episode. I do plan to end this after this episode, though. This is just kind of like a what-if episode. Like, what would have the team looked like if we went into year 6? And then you guys, it's up for your interpretation on what would have happened had we played the season out. Would we have gone into the playoffs again? Or nah? Yeah, off-season is fun. It is a great thing as well. Sorry, I wasn't really looking at the thing there to begin these series. Again, it's talking through here. Renero there. Gutierrez still on the board here. Maynard, Summers, there's Baloney. Okay. Baloney is what? 6'3". Ooh, okay, we still got time. Maybe we got 1 or 2 rounds in us, and then maybe we have to go make the choice. All right, here we go. Age up. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, everyone's within like $1 million, but no one's like in danger of signing except maybe Misano and Mirthright here in the pitching stable. Like literally no one is like $500,000 or less than $500,000 within their price. So this is a bad year to need a reliever, unfortunately, it looks like. Let's go 1 round and see what happens. Okay. Walker runs. Okay. McIntosh. Okay, so high-level guys. Donko, Bloop Michaels, Lane Lugo there. Okay. I would say 1 more just to push the boundary of it, and then we would go. Pulo to the freebooters. That's a way to replace your retiring ace. Okay. Teresa Ketchum to the hot corners. Backs Franks, Sanchez Silvio, Sack to Song. Again, high-level guys we weren't going to target because they're too much money. Lackey Luster. Okay, Sirloins, whatever you want to do. You wonder why you finished in last place last couple years. Carlton Starr and Blake. I don't know how to say that last name. Booter's going to make her. Just saying. I know, right? Just watching my heater spot. Yes, what a set that was. It was a great series. That second game was rough, but that third game made up for it because the offense finally showed up, and then we got young Turf Hudson his day in the sun. Well deserved after a few years of not being able to do anything. You're right, one boy. They probably will make her crap. Let's not mix it here. Okay, so what do we do? What are we thinking? Dozen Rolls is a decent backup, but every time I start him, we know he's not going to get a hit. He literally was the first guy I've ever had in his whole season not get a single hit in any at-bats. And he didn't even have an at-bat in the postseason, so that's pretty bad. Turf! Yeah, Turf Hudson, our big guy. Honestly, Madden McKenzie's probably the most interesting of the backup catchers, but I don't know if I want to pay $6 million to a backup that I know is almost never going to play because we have Mackenzie Fry. We're kind of in a gray area for catchers. I'd probably be more comfortable spending the $4 million on Gangnam here because he actually has the good traits. I actually like Severus, so I think we would sign him here. He's probably the most consistent of the closers. And ain't going to defense, that's true. Yep. Yeah, I say let's just go ahead and get him. We're going to get Gangnam here. All right, so we made the choice of catcher. That was actually pretty easy. I will leave Colson start. I want to see if anyone picks him up. Moving down to the backup infield position. I don't think I have Hanzo here. I don't need a backup infielder. I just had them start for shits and giggles here. I wanted to see if there was any good ones out there. There is Hendricks Gillespie, but Hanzo's a more complete player. Just saying. Thaddeus Hoover, young third base option here, 22-year-old. He would want starting playing time and would take that away from Big Rig, so I probably wouldn't sign him. Drill Plum is probably the bench guy we're looking for here. He can't field, but this is a solid dude for the bench. Like, I would have this on my bench 9 times out of 10 if I had the space for it. Gotham does have style. I was waiting for someone to say something. Then there's Carter Dickerson. Now, he's also a solid bench option. He's less of a hitter than Plum is, but he is a utility player, so that adds a little extra layer to that. He's got base rounder and clutch. Decent. 3-3. He's actually cheaper than Plum. I think Plum is the better player here, so I'm going to play it. Although the traits are interesting for Dickerson here, I think the playing Plum here is going to be the smart option. So we're going to go ahead and grab him. He'll replace Nomar Stubbs. All right, we made that move. All right, hold on. No, do not do that. I almost did it, too. I almost skipped to the next round. There we go. That's what I want. There we go. Okay. So, obviously, Kareem North is out here in the free agent pool. I want to see if he gets picked up. We're not worried about Gillespie. Not worried about Hoover or Dickerson. Where is Kareem? I just saw him. There he is. I want to see if he gets signed. Moving down to shortstop, obviously we need a new starter with John Renero not coming back. Miranda Island has a complete hitter with good fielding and good arm. She's worth about that. She's worth about what John was making last season. Part of the what-if scenario of this team includes nickname predictions, so I think your backup catcher has that on lock. Yep, Gangnam style, baby. John is the only other shortstop I had start here. I really wasn't interested in any of these other guys. Obviously, Goose Kabusler's not starting shortstop caliber. Trevor Rowland is, but I already had a weak arm shortstop, and that cost us a lot of double plays. Although the clutch trade is interesting, I think Veranda Island is the smart play to go here. Bad ball hitter is a great trade, obviously. Sprinter's also good for out of the box, and she needs that with her low speed, so this is perfect. She's a perfect replacement for John here. Same amount of money, basically. Perfect. Okay, next one. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so now we're done shortstop. We're moving up in the world. Moving down to the outfield slots. Now we need a bench outfielder. Or a new right fielder altogether, possibly, with who I had start. I just unstarred Kareem. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. There we go. Okay, moving on. It's crazy. Ask that bitch Sir why. Oh, why does he religiously live by it? All right, so Gutierrez is asking for $7 million as a bench outfielder. She didn't have a great season her sophomore campaign, and I don't think she deserves coming back for that. Although having the disciplined boost would help her fastball hitter trait. She was splitting time with Valenzuela, and he got hot at the end of the year. So, and Valenzuela's young. They're about the same age, actually. Gutierrez is better than Valenzuela. That's true. We could sign her. Get Rip Dingers. He odes. No. I think we're good with Rip Dingers. We don't need a third baseman. We got Big Rig. Although I'm not putting Big Rig on the bench for him. Now, Justin Maynard is a solid right fielder. Same with Hugo Summers. That's a great right fielder as well. Low pitch and mind gamer. Ooh, that's a good combo trait. Gianni Baloney, though. I mean, come on. It's Baloney. Competitive is not more important than you, to be honest. That's true. It is more important because it does give us that 3-tier boost. Exactly. We have more traits there. So getting Justin Maynard would accomplish that. He's worth 10-3. Would we make a big splash and get him, though? This is tough. I really put myself into a corner with this one. Although I love Baloney, I just don't have the spirited traits to back it up. Summers, he's solid, too. He's really good. The only thing he doesn't do is run. He can do everything else. He's got low pitch and mind gamer. He'd be a good, solid, starting right fielder. And that would put Valenzuela on the bench. Valenzuela can play all the outfield positions, but he's not a good fielder. Justin Maynard, though, I don't think we can look over Justin Maynard. Yeah, we're not playing with these guys. That's very true. I think Justin Maynard here would be too big of a name to pass up at this point. It would move Valenzuela to the bench, which I'm fine with. So yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of Gutierrez. We'll put in Maynard. Optimization is the game we're playing. That's true. That maxes out the traits there in competitive. Although I do love Gutierrez, I just don't think she's got what it takes right now, unfortunately. There we go. Marvin Hyarch is a two-way player. I'm just now finding this out. I mean, maybe Hugo Summers was the better move with the traits and all, but I'm going to stick by my call here. I think Maynard is just too good to pass up. All right, moving to pitching now. All right, so we got Shiloh Mirthright. Right on the money. 9.5. Wow, okay. Vip Johnson, 5'8". He's too low rated, I think. Lyric Fletcher, workhorse and clutch. Those are some good traits. And we have competitive maxed out, too. Remember that now. Sky Sexton is spirited. Okay, no traits on her, though. Newton, a 7'9". She had K Collector, obviously. Preston McDiggins, she's there. Or he's there, my bad. Rally Stopper, that's a good trait. We know that's a good trait. But again, the spirited guys are not on the list here. And Misano, not really feeling it. So maybe Mirthright. That'd be a good signing right here. Placing Danny Deals, that's going to be a lot of money saved there. Puts the Crafty boys back in the hunt now. And then, obviously, we need another starter. Now, obviously, I would like someone like Aubrey Newton. That's not bad. She'd be replacing her own slot, so we wouldn't lose another discipline player. But at the same time, I'm feeling Lyric Fletcher. Those traits are better. I'm feeling Lyric Fletcher. She'd be the signing. All right, then we got $10 million to spend on our last two roster slots, which obviously would be relievers. That's not what I wanted to order this by. Damn it. There we go. Anahi Singleton would probably be the next signing. She's probably worth it, in my opinion, replacing Bang It. Making the same amount of money, basically. I'd take that. Down to $3 million. We got to fill our last reliever slot. Where are those guys ever released? There's Waters. Where's Bang It? Oh, there he is. He's up here. All right, so we got 3 million left. I see also that dropping Gutierrez also dropped the discipline trait, which is great because you're dropping disciplinary players. Yep, it's very true. So now we need the closer role, and shit. We don't have anybody. No one's worth 3 million. We'd have to sign a cheap guy to fill the roster out. Crap. Well, that was a colossal fuck up on my part. So who would fit the role? Lou DeBaziz, Bellamy Etball, Marcus Hangnail, Shania Burns, Linus Digby, and Hugh Jacobs. Nope, Digby and Jacobs are too high rated. So it would be probably Hangnail then, because I'm not signing Lou DeBaziz. Yeah, that'd probably be what would happen here. Everett Waters would be the cut. Is he competitive? He is not. He is also spirited, so we lose nothing. Perfect. Okay, there we go. We'd finish with $300,000 to our name. Now it's just left to see where the guys we release would be signing, because that's what the team would look like. We would put all our money into it, and we would just go for it. Like, this team probably is going to look really good on paper. What's it look like? Yeah, outside of the bullpen, this team is completely stacked. Like, as long as the offense shows up every given day, and we have the speed and defense to back it up, and our starters go deep, we're going to win these games. Like, the only thing that sucks is our bullpen, and there's nothing I can do about it. I spent all our money. Yeah, I think it's that Justin Maynard signing that's really keeping us from being able to fill out the bullpen. Maybe we wouldn't go for him. Maybe we just keep Valenzuela, especially with Valenzuela as a bench option now. He can't play the outfield. Is there anybody we could bring in here that's also competitive to replace that slot? Hugo Summers is crafty, so that's a no. Gianni Bologna is spirited. That's a no. Odin Barea is spirited. That's a no. We're going on a hunt. Rollins is competitive. Hamza Rollins could play all the bench outfield slots. It'd be a step back there, but it would keep our competitive trade intact. And we would get some more money. Okay. The opponents will just have to pray until they get to your bullpen. Basically. That might do it, yeah. Or Avalos. No, not Avalos. No. Yeah, okay, so we would cut him, and we would bring in Rollins. Okay, so that frees up 1.5. So that, alright, so now we have a bench outfielder that can actually play all the outfield positions. That's good. Now maybe we would upgrade one of these two closer roles, these reliever roles. Probably Hangnail, because he has the most money. So that would be the one we're trying to upgrade. Let's go see what we got. Did I free up enough money to help us out here? Kids these days. Asking me questions. Alright. Ooh. Adding Woolmate. We're just short. We only have 1.5, so damn. Okay. So, not an option. Waters is still too expensive. Webb Garrison's a no. Remember, he's worth 2.9, so 1.5 puts us at 3.4. Okay. Or no. 4.4. 4.4. So that's everybody up to Dusty Winder. Really? The best I can get is Dusty Winder? Are you serious? Dang it. Are you serious, bro? Come on. Come on, just one more. I give Gertie Goatman another shot. Come on. No. We got to play one more round just to see what would happen. I don't think any of our guys got picked up. Nope. Oh, that's my team. Damn it. No wonder I'm stupid. Okay. Alright, 6-3 still for Woolmate. Waters, Bang It, Garrison. Garrison's close, but he's not quite there. Benson Rushmore is there now. Okay. Benson's solid. I mean, he's not horrible. He's average. Minus Digby. Okay, come on. Kerry Wayward is now on the board. Dusty Winder. Goatman is on the board. I would take Gertie Goatman, honestly. He's be a mop-up guy, long reliever. I would take him. Dusty, ooh, Dusty would give me Scholarly level 2. Ooh, you got a good point there. I forgot about that. See, that's why I have you guys in the chat. You would tell me when I miss things like this. That might have just fallen into our laps. Hey, now. Yeah, because Gertie's what? Oh, Gertie would do it too. I'm still taking Gertie. Yep, I forgot Gertie's Scholarly. I knew I liked him for a reason. There you go, Gertie. We'd spend all our money. Now we're down to 100K, but we've optimized the team as best we can. Bullpen still sucks, but it's a little bit better than what it was. You want with us to shout... Yes, please. The more times, the merrier. Do it. Call me out for my BS when I make mistakes, please. If Shirley in the air drops below Gertie Goatman, I would take her as well. Just saying. A shout out in the chat, them in the YouTube comments. Yep, there you go. Exactly. Or do both. Do it here and then remind me in the YouTube comments as well. Both are applicable here. All right, let's go. Next round, let's see where these guys get signed here. As soon as all our guys get picked up, we're done. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Nope. John's still out there. So's Bang It. Gutierrez, dozen rolls. Waters is still out there as well. So's Kareem North. Aubrey Newton. Okay. Shirley's still in there, of course. Nomar Stubbs got picked up. We didn't really care about him. He wasn't here long enough. No one else on our star list has been picked up, so we're going to keep going here. Round 15 coming up. Luda Baziz, Guns Jackman to the B-Wolves there. One boy, there's your boy, going across conferences. You selfish monster. You're leaving the hypothetical Sawteeth with no depth funds. I also want to know about the next team. He's being too secretive. Guns, yep. There's your Lord and Savior you swear by. Sign Blinder would move to the Jacks after being on the Heaters. Hugo Summers would end up going to the Platypi. That's a good young outfielder for them to develop. Hopefully they don't ruin his career. Baloney would go to the Jacks. Okay. There goes John Renero. He goes to a division rival, the Moonstars. So we would have seen him 2 or 3 times next year. There you go, JR. Staying local. I know it. Yes, he does know it. He actually guessed it correctly in our Discord chat. So in my DMs on Discord. So he actually knows. To be fair, one boy, so does Scootsy. He also guessed it correctly in the DM. Don't worry, it shouldn't be too long. It should be by the end of the week. Alonzo Bangett will go to the Sandcats. He will also stay in division. We would see him possibly multiple times a year. Valentina Gutierrez will jump conferences. She will go to the Jacks. And Everett Waters will get picked up by the Platypi. So both Gutierrez and Waters are going over to the Mega Conference. Pardon me. Jesus Christ, that was loud. Sorry. Looks like Aubrey Newton will get picked up by the Moonstars here. Shirley Indiere obviously got snagged up by the Platypi, unfortunately, so we couldn't sign her. Kareem North and Colson Duzerals are both still out here in free agency, so we have to keep going. I believe they're the only 2 left. They are, actually. Thank you. Finley Rosas. There we go. Megals. Kareem North goes to the Grapplers. He gets picked up. Last one is Dozen Rolls. He is still a free agent. Yep. And there he goes. Dozen Rolls will go to the Hot Corners. He will stay in conference. Oh, yes, he will stay in conference. He's not in division. He replaces backup Roman Rhodes. That's a good young developable catcher you got there, Hot Corners. Get him some hitting. He'll be solid. And I think that's all of them, actually. Jay Woolmay just got signed, the young closer. He's going to the Blowfish. They got a nice young arm there in the bullpen. All right, so they're 20 rounds in. Is there anybody else I could see myself signing here? Anybody? Well, Agro's still out there. I want to see where he goes, actually. I forgot about him. Sorry. Dang it, come on. Anyway, no, it didn't look like it, so only aggro's left. So let's just see what happens for him. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. He's almost there. He's at his price point now. Will anybody sign him? 31, last round of the off-season. Did they sign? I don't think so. Side note, after that game where Joanna pitched untouchable 110, she rewarded me by immediately dropping Wild Thing on a random roll. Nice. She did that for me. I think I got the role to do it myself, actually. But nice to see she rewarded you with your loyalty to her. She's a good young arm. She's a young fireball. If you can afford her, develop her. She's awesome. No one will be able to touch her. He did not get signed, so Valenzuela would start the year as a free agent. All right, any young guys that would be signable? Outside of Valenzuela, obviously. Mike drop. No, I'm good in middle infield. We have not Digafordo. I see that because Dig's a free agent. Hanzo. We still have Hanzo. We're good at shortstop. We're good at third base. We're good in the outfield as well. I like our guys, although Haley Forrest is interesting. She's a starting caliber, though, so, ooh, RBI 0. Pass. Pass. Hard pass. Get out of my face. Valenzuela's the youngest option left, obviously. He's down to 5'5". He's actually cheaper than what he was. But I wouldn't sign him. He's too much of a liability on the field. Decent hitter, too, but he's really streaky, so I'd let him go. No one else on offense. Pitching, nothing here as well either. Like, youngest starter is 30. I'm solid with what I got. I'm happy. Johnny Heater, though, free agent. She would have been one we would have probably targeted. Would we have been able to sign her? Probably not. No. We would have been stuck. She'd probably get signed. But still, she would have been interesting to go after. Definitely. But yeah, that's going to do it for this series, guys. The Sawteeth, obviously, after 5 years, have won 5 titles. And it's time to move on to a new team, which will be unveiled next episode for this series. First things first, though, we do have to get through the Heaters Shuffle Draft Series. So we still have a semifinals for them, a finals possibly, and obviously the off-season after that. So at most 3 more episodes of that series is still left to record. So once we get that out of the way and done and over with, we will move on to the new series along with the Thumpers, which are still waiting to go into year number 3. We'll obviously have a new series standard rebuild to replace this. We will be going to a 32-game format, so the medium-length season instead of the short one. And the team is one of the worst-performing ones we had in this series. It's not the worst because the Freebooters we have already done here in SMB4 and SMB3, and the Freebooters actually were the only team to miss the playoffs all 5 years. The other next tiebreaker was 6 teams only made the playoffs once, and only one of them, and a couple of them made it only to the first round. But the tiebreaker for that is, well, I didn't want to do a team that was in the same division that we were just in. So that was the tiebreaker. So you guys will see who the new team is next time out. But that's going to do it for this, guys. Let's do the one-off here for just have a look at the team and what they look like now after the signings. Obviously, Hanzo Majiko makes it through all 5 years, /trips as well. Same for JYJ. They are the only 3 original members of the roster to make it through all 5 years of the series from beginning to end. Cecil Sawyer gets a shout-out. He made it through 4.5 seasons. He's been here since year 1. Same with Gertie Goatman. He was brought in halfway through year 1, and now he's been brought back here at the end. So shout-out to the old man for making it through. And then a bunch of guys we just signed. Justin Maynard is a rookie. We wouldn't see what he would do to bring to the team. Vale Hart would enter a sophomore year as a reliever, but he was solid in the playoffs his rookie season, going 4 for 4 on saves. Mackenzie Fry has been a great catcher here for 3 seasons. Amazing hitter. I could not have asked for a better starting catcher. She was a righty killer. Loved it. Veranda Island would have been the new shortstop, taking over for JR. Holly Nicholson would take up left field again for the 3rd season. Solid outfielder, really picked up the defense last year. She was amazing in the field. Mash Taters was only here for 1 year, but we know what Mash does. He mashes. That's all he does. Drill Plum would be a rookie backup infielder. We wouldn't know what he would bring. Annabelle Stokes, solid defensive option there at second base. She also had some clutch hits here and there, especially in the playoffs. Rookie outfielder Hamza Rollins, no idea what he would bring. Same with Lyric Fletcher, another rookie. Rookie reliever Anahi Singleton, no idea. Rookie backup catcher Severance Gangnam replaces Colson Dozen roles. Nothing. He's probably an upgrade. He's a better hitter. Jacob Friendly, third year here, would have been on the team. He's solid starting number 2 pitcher. He pitched his heart out both years. Won Rookie of the Year his first go-around. He was solid. Spulvang had 1 year in the bullpen there, the C- specialist. He gave up 1 earned run the entire rookie campaign he had in the regular season. He was awesome. Tiger Ortega, 3 years in the bullpen. He's all right. He was a little streaky at times, but he did his job from time to time. Shiloh Mirthright, rookie starter, don't know what she would bring. Lawrence Big Rig Riggins, rookie third baseman, was a shoe-in to win Rookie of the Year until he got injured at the end of last season. But stepped up in the playoffs massively. Led the team in RBIs with 14. He was amazing. Loved him at third base. He was a big guy, but he was deceptively quick and agile. It was awesome to see him play. Dude, took a Graven market with a baseball bat. Nah, I think we just, end it with the summary screen here. We just go ahead, have a look. 5 years. It says 6 there. Don't read that. We didn't play any games in the 6th. 97-19 record, 83.6 winning percentage, 5 appearances, 5 championships, 5 rings in the trophy case. Literally, you could do nothing else but a 5-peat. Let's send it off here with a nice little final picture here of the team. And say thank you guys for all your services to us here. Hold on. Let's let the picture load in. Come on, guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in here to the series. It's been a fantastic 5-year ride. We got this team from a middling mid-pack team that didn't know what it wanted to be into a 5-time champion that literally just dominated the league from start to finish, ending on a note of 15-1 in the regular season and winning 5 titles on top of it. Like, this team was built into a juggernaut dynasty that dominated the entire Super Conference. And then, obviously, the playoffs, we just ran roughshod through everybody. Like, it was an amazing ride to actually have a team be thoroughly dominant throughout the entire run. Now we move on to something new. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate all the support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow and or subscribe buttons down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch down in the description below if you guys want to come over and watch the games live before they're posted. And also follow me over on this platform as well if you so choose. But I'll catch you on the next episode, everybody. And for one last time for the Sawteeth, we are signing off. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be. That's going to do it for me today, guys. Sayonara, everybody.